Fellow locals, it is Tuesday, March 19th, and it is 8:30 in the morning. And as you can see, I'm out and about. So I know I owe you guys a Thursday video for last week and today's video, so I'm gonna make this a twofer. So I don't know, there's a lot of things that I want to discuss, but I'm just going to try to prioritize it right now as I'm driving. I'm not a morning person, so I know I look and I sound groggy right now. I'm definitely not a morning person. And I'm kind of irritated because I am stuck in Manhattan Midtown traffic, and it's like these yellow cab drivers and people don't know how to friggin' drive. So you gotta get in where you fit in according to them. And of course, don't nobody want to let you in nowhere because everybody wants to be a friggin' bully as far as it comes to driving. So if you don't want your car smacked off or whatever, you have to like drive like a mad person because everybody doesn't know how to friggin' drive, and it's very irritating. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about daddy issues. Now, I have been, when I was little, I used to be a daddy's girl. Like, like I said, from a baby, maybe up until 14 years old, I was like the ultimate daddy's girl. Now, sidebar. Everybody, especially a lot in the black community, Latin community, whatever you want to call it, minorities, whatever, suffers from daddy issues. Everybody does. Sometimes you're blessed with a father who's there presently, but he might not be there emotionally, financially. Sometimes he's not there physically due to whatever circumstances, whether it's incarceration or he just doesn't know how to be a father. He knows how to be a dad, like procreate to make kids, but he doesn't know how to be a father. You also have those who deny children up until whenever, like, I guess the going gets good. Like, say for instance, if your kid is well off, like he's either like a superstar or he's a big money earner, or you know, something to that effect, like that's when, you know, people want to come in and want to claim their children just for things like that. But that's just a sidebar. Now back to me. When I had certain family issues going on, yes, I was hurt behind the situation with my dad. I was hurt, and I was put in a situation where I had to like either choose, like, be an adult for him or be, you know, the person that's constantly trying to work on things. Now, I could work on things to a certain extent, but I have a thing where if I try one time and you don't reciprocate it, and I might think about it a second time and try to work with it, and then if you deny it the second time, there will be no third time with me. Is you the most of me, you have two chances. That's it. I'll excuse the first one, but the second one, if you don't take the olive branch that I'm extending, it's not going to go any further. Anyways, I say that to say this. Fathers do not know the critical role that they play in a child's life. Every child needs a father. Every child needs a father. You might not say that you don't need your dad. You might feel that you don't need your dad. You might feel that you're better off without your father, or whatever the case may be. But you're always going to be missing a part of you if you don't know who your dad is, if you don't know if you don't know your father's story, basically. If you don't know your dad's story, there's no way that you can know yourself. You only would know half of you, because you know your mom. So your mother would tell her story. Your mother would, basically, you were underneath your mother for all your life, so you only know her side of the story. Not saying that her side of the story is null and void, but you do need both. You're 50% of your father. You're 50% of your mother. 50-50 equals 100% of you. So you do need your dad. Now, you do have some instances where the dad is very immature. No matter how old he gets, you do have some fathers that are reckless. You do have some fathers that are negligent. You do have some fathers that just basically don't know how to be a father. So it's really not their fault, because it's a generational curse. Generational curse meaning that you don't know how his relationship with his dad is. You don't know how his relationship, if he had any father figures to like guide him in the sense of how to be a man, or how to take care of a child, or how to be around children. When you have children, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act, like if you didn't have a role model, if he didn't have a role model to help him, he's not going to know what to do. So that's sad to say, but that's something psychological that we meaning us, minorities, Black, Latino, have to break that generational curse. Fathers are crucial. They're crucial. Fathers are your daughter's first love, your first protector, your first mentor, your first image, or your first example of what a man is. Now, when a father fails his daughter, she goes on seeking that paternal, I want to say the paternal image and the paternal love from men that sometimes might not be good for her, or sometimes might not have her best interests at heart, and she's unable to decipher whether this man is right for her, or this man has the right intent. Men have a tendency to think logically, while females have a tendency to think emotionally. So she'll try to work with you as best as she can, and she'll stay for as long as she can, for however long as she wants. But she, in her heart of heart, might know that this person might not be good for her. But she'll try to make it work. She'll try to force him to change. She'll try to do a lot of things. This is why you need a male figure and a male role model. Now, fathers are crucial to boys too, because even though dads are a daughter's first love and the first image of what a man should be and how a man is supposed to treat a woman, or in that aspect, men are crucial to boys, because nowadays you have men who have children or who have boys, and they are absent in these boys' life, and boys are forced to be grown and to call themselves men in the image that they think men should be. Now, if they don't have no type of male influence, you have issues like men who have psychological issues, emotional issues. I want to say they might have abusive tendencies, because they're more inclined to be emotional than logical. They're more inclined to be needy. They have abandonment issues. They have anger issues. There's so many things that happen to boys without a father figure. Even if their father is not around, and say if they don't have uncles, brothers, cousins, older cousins, older brothers, mentors, like from people from around the way or whatever, they will take example off of them. And sometimes it might not be the right example. You might have the example of a womanizer, men who just use and abuse women for their social or emotional or physical gain. You might have an example of a physical abuser, dudes who don't take no type of shit from anybody. It don't matter whether it's male or female. And if it's a female, slap her up a couple times, and they might see that and think that that's normal. So there's so many cons to when there's no male figure for a growing man or a growing boy. So you have a lot of man-childs that are being, forced to raise themselves in this social economical environment where they're forced to basically just raise themselves because they don't know what to do, where to go, who to go to, or certain things like that. So fathers are very crucial in a child's life. Now, some people overcome it, some people never overcome it. Some people can hide their feelings towards their dads. Some people can lash out in different kind of ways. Now, I can use myself for example. Because I have been disappointed on multiple times by my father, I treat men a certain kind of way. I don't know what's the best way to say it. I don't believe in what a man says. That's the best way to put it. I don't believe in what a man says. I'm more of, you show me, I don't want to hear no talk. You gotta show me. I'm more of an actions person. So I, as a female, would take on, I guess, the male role, because I can be emotionless and be logical. I can turn off my emotions and just deal with a person or deal with whoever I'm talking to or whoever I'm with logically. I could just turn everything off and move forward. But that's a good and a bad thing, because it's a good thing because it protects me, but it's a bad thing because it makes me seem like I'm heartless. Because I've heard that plenty of times from many different people, that they think that either I'm heartless or they think that I don't care or whatever. So that's one thing. Second thing is, not saying that I have that issue now, but I would do things on my own. Like, I won't ask for help. I won't ask a dude to do anything for me. You could take it as far as financially, even physically, emotionally. Like, I can do that. I won't put that on to a guy. I would do that on my own. Or if I can't do it on my own, I would figure out a way where I can, fix it on my own, or whatever the case may be. I'm just not going to go to a guy. So that's my issue towards men. Now, I have friends who have daddy issues as well, male and female. I have a male friend who have daddy issues, and he has abandonment issues. He feels that if a woman leaves, he feels that they're abandoning. What's wrong with my mouth today? Abandoning them or him. So he doesn't necessarily feel that women should leave. So he tends to be more clingy, or he tends to be, I want to say, under the tit per se, because he feels that certain things should go a certain kind of way. So because of that, he believes that certain things he has to take on a female role. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but you see, like, the role reversals could be dangerous. Not saying that everything has to be about femininity and masculinity. Not saying that. But the roles reverse. You have women being masculine in the emotional and physical aspect. And you have men nowadays being feminine, taking on the emotional, the nurturing, the, I don't want to say clingy, but that's the right word to use. Clingy. So it's just, it stems from a lot of things. So if you ever wondered why certain people act a certain kind of way, if you get into a situation, the best thing to do is to find out their background. Like, how are you with your mom? How are you with your dad? Do you have any mommy or daddy issues? Because I have male friends as well who have mommy issues, and it's bad mommy issues to the point where they're either severe womanizers or any type of woman they get, they try to hold on to, and they don't want to mess anything up. They'll stay even through mental and physical abuse that a woman might put them through. They will sit there and take it because they don't either want to lose this woman or whatever the case may be. So it's both. When it comes to parental guidance and parental example, you have a lot of people who have parental issues, especially if they don't have a figure that's either a motherly figure to them or a father figure. Now, in my case, I've had, yes, my mother is there 24/7. She's still there now. So, as well as having my mother around, I've had my grandparents. My grandmother and my grandfather were married for over 30 years. So I was raised under their roof. So I've had a father figure even when my father was absent. So my grandfather played my father role. So he was able to help me as far as male figures and guidance and stuff like that was supposed to come in. He helped me with that. He helped raise me or I guess mold me to be a certain kind of way when it came to men and what a man should and shouldn't do. But anyway, that ends the first video. Stay tuned to the next one. Bye.